Okay. All right. Glad you could all be here to watch all of your favorite childhood memories get shit on. That's the problem with any of these. Anyone who cares about a group of films this large is going to have their own opinions, and they're not ever going to be exactly the same as mine. So you're always going to have something where you just go, "Whoa, where's he putting that now?" And it's going to depress you. And that's what we're here for. So I hope you guys are ready. That's what's happening. We've got 58 because none of these that have. I'm willing to die on every hill today. Oh God, yeah, every one of these lists. They're just it's just a website I use that tiermaker.com if you're interested that has a template made for this kind of thing, and there's a bunch of templates made for this one in particular because it's such a popular one, but none of them have Raya and the Last Dragon yet, so we'll just kind of manually insert that in our heads. We know where it's going, okay? We'll get to that. I'm not going to necessarily do these in exact order. I think they've been put in here in approximately alphabetical order, but they've also counted the at the start, so all of those are down here. But yeah, apart from that, it's in alphabetical order. So fun. What fun we're about to have. Destroying each other. A rage cloud. Vomit, evil, blood, rage cloud coming out of all of our heads by the end of this, I'm sure. It's going to be rough. Now, as with any of these, what we want to do first is get something on each tier so we know where we're at, okay? In general, we just know what you have to be on the level of to get on each tier. So we'll make it really easy. We'll say, are these in order? Oh no, yeah. Okay, I keep forgetting that it's counting the. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, Lion King Esther. There you go. There you go. Those are all the classics. These are all the classics. These are all the Disney animated classics. To be a Disney animated classic, you have to be made by Walt Disney Animation Studios, as opposed to Disney Toon Studios or any of the other ones that they own. Yeah, so all of the sequel, Mulan 2, that's not a Disney classic. A Goofy movie, that's not a Disney classic. That's made by one of their other departments. So a lot of films that you might think belong here. Also, if anybody comes at me going, "Oh, where's Monsters, Inc.?" That's a fucking Pixar. Pixar's different, okay? Maybe we'll do that at some stage. I thought there were more. Well, it kind of looks small, the lists, when you look at these, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 across. So there are 58 films here. Lilo and Stitch on S or A. Okay, I tell you what, we'll get that out of the way now. We'll put it on A. I don't think Lilo and Stitch is an S tier film, but an A is fine. S and Emperor's New Groove. Okay, you seem to want a lot of films in S tier. Now, here's what you've got to remember. We have to scale, each time we do a tier list, we've got to scale it to an appropriate level. So DreamWorks, the level for getting an A tier, is probably lower than the Disney getting an A tier. Bolt F? Well, it's maybe slightly harsh. I tell you what I'm going to give an F. Fucking Bambi. What a shitter film. Bambi is no good. Bambi suck. I hate Bambi. Every time I watch it, I'm like, God, I'm so bored. I'm so bored watching Bambi. It's so boring. I hate it. So yeah, you've got to scale these things. So we might really enjoy a film, but it might still only get a B here. Whereas in DreamWorks or something where, the average is lower, it would have gotten an A maybe. So Aladdin B. That seems slightly harsh. Tarzan A just for soundtrack alone, but I think Aladdin is on a similar level. Tarzan does have one killer soundtrack. Phil Collins. Come on with that. But wait, let's get one on every tier first, okay? So it's kind of hard to know what to do with the 6. You've heard of most of these films. You know most of these films. And then there's a few. There's Make Mine Music, there's Melody Time, there's Fun and Fancy Free, there's The Three Caballeros, there's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad that most people probably don't remember now. And I've seen all of these, but yeah, even I get mixed up about which is which with those sometimes, and I'm not sure where to put them. They are probably the ones that are going D to F range. I think it's pretty fair to probably put something like Atlantis on a C. Hey Ross, which is your surprising least favorite Disney film? Which is the Black Panther of Disney films for you? Let us know. If you need a D, Brother Bear. See, I rewatched Brother Bear not too long ago, and I thought, like, it's not as bad as I thought. I don't think it's great, but it's got the Phil Collins soundtrack just like Tarzan. No, I'm not saying it's on the level of Tarzan. No way, no way. Yeah, I know you hate Brother Bear, but it's D's probably slightly harsh. Trash movie. Okay, well, you know. Well, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what goes B off the bat. Trying to have a look here. You know, maybe we'll put the first Frozen on B. Huh? How about that? Good film, don't get me wrong, but you know, Brother Bear is fine. Well, it's not great. It's definitely not great. It's a very Big Hero 6 where? Big Hero 6 where? Where should it go? Good call with Bambi, those poor children who starved during the hunter's failure. Oh man. He might have gotten some of the others. We don't see any other deers in the film apart from Bambi, his mother, and his father. You think those are the only deers in that forest? Nah, the hunters took the rest all out. Oh, and Feline. It didn't show Feline's parents, right? I mean, he's the prince of the forest, his dad. Who's to say that he didn't also father Feline? It's a little bit of a Lion King situation. Mufasa was the only male lion in that herd, guys. Nala, that's his daughter. Doesn't matter. Let's not think about that. They look so tasty. God damn it, Ross. Tangled S. Guys, Tangled is a phenomenal film, okay? I love Tangled. It's all about dreamers. It's got the lantern scene. Freaking incredible, okay? It's so good. That being said, the first act is just exactly the same as The Hunchback of Notre Dame. But just ignore that. Don't think about that. Yeah. I'm trying to find a D so that we kind of have something on each tier here. You know what? And this is just personally for me. I'm going to put The Princess and the Frog. No, it's probably a C. It's probably still a C. God damn it. I can't think of a D off the bat. Probably something along the lines of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Okay? You might not know that so well. It's not so well known nowadays, but Tangled A, the singing annoyed me. Ross. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh B, but Winnie the Pooh D. Yeah. People get confused over that. Winnie the Pooh is the 2011 film. That was kind of a shitter film. And The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is the old one, the classic one, the delightful one. It's so good. Zoom in on the films. I don't know how from here. No, there's no option there. That's weird. Maybe I'd have to exit full screen, so I kind of don't want to. But they're in alphabetical order. If you're not sure what one is, then just tell me, and I'll tell you. Because I think I can see them all well enough from here. Winnie the Pooh Classic needs to be S for the nostalgia. That's the problem, though, guys. People overrate a lot of old Disney movies for nostalgia. But when you actually watch them back, as a grown-up, are a lot of those really old ones that good? I'm not saying that, like, I'm going to put The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh low, but I think that was maybe more on the level. It's like a B kind of situation. Wait, which is which on this? Oh, I guess that's the Many Adventures there, and that's the Winnie the Pooh one from 2011. So yeah, that one, that's the 2011 one. That's not the classic one, okay? That goes in D. Because that wasn't great. It's not terrible. It's got the nostalgia to help it along, but it's not great. I'm still amazed that they did that. They kind of, they were on such a generally bad run in the noughties Disney with the animated classics. They did some shitters, okay? They did Home on the Range, and some things like that. Meet the Robinsons, Chicken Little. Not all of these are terrible, but it was a bad run for them generally. And then they hit the run, the start of the golden run they're kind of still on with Tangled. And then suddenly they go, now let's make a shitty Winnie the Pooh film. Why didn't they leave that to Disney Toon Studios or one of their other imprints to do? I don't know. But yeah, it was such a random one. I can't believe they threw that out. And then they went back on the run. They did Frozen, the Moana, and Big Hero 6, and Wreck-It Ralph, and all of those. That incredible run. But They right at the start of the decade, they randomly did that Winnie the Pooh one. It's just a picture of Aladar's eye. Oh, dinosaur? Yeah, yeah. I kind of just know from context from where it's placed, since this is alphabetical, that what all of these are, if I can't actually read the things. Because some of these old posters, you'd hardly recognize the film. Well, that's Snow White there? What's going on? Anyway, yeah, you're correct, okay? Home on the Range, F? Oh. What the fuck is a Tigger? I don't care about their class. Yeah, I mean, Home on the Range is bad. That's a bad movie. That's a Bambi level movie. That's a bad movie. That's the height, I think, of their shitty run. That and Bolt are both really bad movies. They're just that's the kind of shit that DreamWorks would suddenly throw out there, you know? It's just tragic. What else were we talking about? Oh, well, yeah, I'll put Bolt in there. Well, Home on the Range, D. But for what? Like, what makes it worth anything? It's just a shitter. I sympathize with the farmers being bought out. It's currently happening. Well, that's fair, but I mean, it's just a shitter movie. It's just garbage. What else is good? Let's talk about a good one. Aladdin. Let's go from the start here. Aladdin is a great one, okay? It's not an S for me personally. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff to Aladdin, but it's got great music. It's got Robin Williams as Genie. It's got just a fun, delightful story. It's never got too many moments when you actually watch it back. There's not too much of it's actually dull, like Bambi. When you watch Bambi back now, go watch it now. I promise you, you will find it unbelievably boring. Aladdin A, Robin Hood A. It's got a game. Aladdin, yeah, no. Actually, you know what? Maybe Aladdin should go B for the game alone that I had to sit and play. You wish you could watch it every day? Robin Hood? Oh, okay. Aladdin will go A, okay? We'll go A for Aladdin. Robin Hood A? You seem to think Robin Hood A. Robin Hood, I mean, yeah. Robin Hood was one that as a kid, it was one of my very favourites. And I think it's still up there for the older ones. I think the best Disney movies, you're generally reaching about the 90s to get the best ones most of the time. But Robin Hood is a very good one. So maybe it's worth in terms of the older ones than A. That seems fair. Robin Hood C, historically inaccurate. Yeah. Of course it is, Ross. As a historian, it irritates me. Ross, there should be much bigger problems here for you as a historian than Robin Hood, I promise you. Robin Hood, it's not a real story to begin with. So, I mean, but there are some of these that historically, I mean, like Hercules. If you know anything about Greek mythology, Hercules should torment your bones. Frozen 2 is an A. Frozen 2 is better. I definitely think Frozen 2 is better than Frozen. Just for me. Because Home on the Range is historically accurate. Hey, you know, let's, no, but I mean, none of them are. If you look at the actual architecture and the placement of a lot of the older Disney films, it's just an abomination. And the dressing and the costume, it's all horrifying. But we don't pay attention to that because they're for children. Hercules is S tier all the way. Yeah, I mean, let's get that out of the way. Hercules is pretty much the best. It's the best Disney movie. You just throw out all of your Greek mythology knowledge, ignore all that. It's got Meg, the sexiest Disney character. Come on. It's got Hercules, the other sexiest Disney character. It's got Hades, who is one of the best Disney villains. He's so funny, he's so good. That's the only role in the world that I still want to watch James Woods play. It's got Pain and Panic, who are actually great characters, hilarious. It's got Zeus, who is also hilarious. It's got the songs, it's got the story, it's got Phil. Danny DeVito is Phil. Oh, everything about Hercules is perfect. Damn straight. Ross needs to go on F. Frozen 1 and 2, G. Oh, Ross, the harshness, the savagery. Hades isn't evil in the mythology. Yeah, Zeus is more evil than Hades in the mythology, but he lives in the underworld. He was an easy one for Disney to pick on, okay? just leave them to their shit. Alice in Wonderland, F. And the music is amazing, true. The music in Hercules is so underrated, okay? All of those songs are fucking bangers. Every single one is incredible. It's so good. It's all so good. I love Hercules. Does not age. Doesn't matter what happens to it. It just doesn't age. It's so good. Why is Alice in Wonderland F, Ross? Oh, so confusing. I've never understood what is happening. Yeah, but that's kind of the point of the original book, so I in some ways got it right. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a particularly... I don't like Alice in Wonderland as a story overly. And F is probably harsh. I think it's better than Bambi. We'll maybe go D. We'll maybe go D with it, alright? That's the point. Yeah, that kind of is the point of Alice in Wonderland, that you don't know what's happening, but it's still not good. It just kind of moves from scene to scene without an actual story most of the time. It's just kind of happening. These things are just appearing. Some of the songs are okay, but there's nothing special about it for me, really. I love Alice in Wonderland, but even I think C. Yeah, it's just not that good. And I don't think as a story it's that good, and I don't think it works on film very much. Because you look at like the Johnny Depp one, I don't think that's that good either. I don't think any version of this I've ever seen is that good. I'm going to leave it on D for now. Beauty and the Beast is a good movie. I feel hurt that you're sending me personally to F. I didn't back at it. Big Hero 6 is A to C range. B for Big Hero 6? Yeah. I think it gets a bad rap because it's the worst in that run. In that run from Wreck-It Ralph to Frozen to this, and then through to like Zootopia and Moana. It's the worst one of those for me, but only because that's an incredible run. So I'll leave it on B, same as Frozen, but I think it's probably just below it for me, really. But that's a big gap. That's the problem with this list. There's Disney movies that you like well enough, but you can't put very highly, and those are going on C. And then there's the ones that are actually like really, really good, but they're on B. So there's no in-between place there. They've got to go on one of those, and it's going to be harsh throwing some on C and kind putting some on B. You'd almost need an in-between there, but I'm not going to really bother having one. Big Hero 6C, by comparison, it's poor. Yeah, by comparison to some of the other ones around that time it is, but overall, it's still better than a lot of things like Atlantis, I think, that we're going to be putting in the C. So, yeah. Chicken Little D? Yeah. That's slightly harsh, probably, but I think C would be kind for it. Chicken Little is one of those that clearly belongs in the naughties Disney garbage run. What's this next one? That one's Chicken Little. This one here is Beauty and the Beast. Which, it's weird. Beauty and the Beast for me is the Spirited Away of Disney movies. Okay? Pocahontas is F. Jesus Christ. Fun and Fancy Free at C? Okay. Emperor's New Groove S. Wait. We'll go through the rest of these pretty much in order, okay? So that we can put them cohesively some way. Beauty and the Beast S, A. Okay. See, Beauty and the Beast is the Spirited Away of Disney movies. Why? Because Spirited Away won the Oscar. It won Best Animated Feature, and that's what put Ghibli on the map in the Western world. In a similar fashion, Disney movies started getting taken more seriously because Beauty and the Beast got nominated for Best Picture. Not just Best Animated Feature, Best Picture that year. And it was the first ever animated film to do that. Is it still the only one? I can't remember. But it's the only one that had ever done that. And that's part of the reason why people rate it so highly and think, oh, it's an obvious, like, S tier. I don't think it is. I think it's a clear A. No doubt, but I don't think it's an S tier film. I just don't think it's as good as a lot of, well, not a lot, but as several of the Disney films that I'd rank higher that came after it. I think it was the start of a really incredible run, because that was, 91? 92? 91 it came out? So after that in the 90s, they did The Lion King, they did Hercules, they did some amazing ones, and I think that Beauty and the Beast, it was a precursor, and has some amazing stuff about it. But I was like, I don't know. No, I think maybe Toy Story 3 was too. Oh, you might be right. Toy Story 3 might have been nominated as well. But to be fair, that was in 2010, which I think was the first year, like second year of them having like 8 or 9 nominees for Best picture at the Oscars. In 1991, I think they only had the 5 that they normally used to have, and it was one of them. So it was really, really rated highly there. Right, Brother Bear isn't good. It's got the soundtrack from Phil Collins, which elevates it to a level higher than it really deserves to be. But realistically, it probably still isn't escaping D. Okay? Pocahontas is S. Pocahontas is F. Right. Well, we've got the two ends of the spectrum on that one. It's such a beautiful story, and Gustav is amazing. That song where he eats eggs. Do you mean Gaston? Okay. D, it's D. Yeah, for Brother Bear, yeah. There's one song I could name on like Tarzan where I could name them all. No, I think there's the shit. Wait, there's the On My Way one, but there's also the No Way Out one. Those are the main 2 that I could name, but those are both bangers. They are both really good. The humans in Brother Bear were nice. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think Brother Bear, it's just so bad apart from the songs and stuff that I just can't really fathom giving it the same as Atlantis is lonely there on sea. We've got some other stuff headed that way at some stage, I think, but yeah. Great spirits. Yeah, there are great spirits. I don't help it. Now, this is one of the real moments, okay? Cinderella is another totally definitive thing in Disney terms. Cinderella, it's fucking Cinderella, bro. How good is Cinderella as an actual animated film? Okay. Cinderella C, I adore it, but C, thank you. I wasn't sure you'd agree with me on that one. D? No, that's harsh. That's harsh. These are films now, this is where it belongs, I think. Because these are the films we like, but they're the older ones. And older animated films just suffer in a number of ways. It's not just that the animation wasn't as good. Okay? It's also that the voice acting was not an advanced talent back then. So a lot of the voice acting isn't particularly good. The songs are okay to listen back to, but generally are not as good as the songs you get from like the 90s going forwards generally. So I a lot of these older favorites, C is as high as you can really go, taking away nostalgia. Take away nostalgia and it's an F? No, I don't think that's true. Snow White D, Sleeping Beauty F. Oh dear. Wow, that's harsh. I don't think I agree with that. You know what is an F? And you know what I will listen to no arguments about whether it is an F or not, is Dinosaur. Dinosaur sucks. Dinosaur is garbage. Awful film. Truly awful film. Awful. I hate it. And there will be no more arguments about that. It's just terrible. It's just no good. Dinosaur is awful. Yeah. It's so forgettable as well. Even if I go through, having watched all of these, and try to just name every Disney animated classic, Dinosaur is almost guaranteed to be one I will forget. Just because it is the most forgettable on the list. Even things like Home on the Range and Bolt, I'll remember before I remember fucking Dinosaur, man. The start was awesome. Oh, what, you mean the... Yeah, that's good, but it's literally... There's one nice piece of music at the start, and then it's just unbelievable garbage. Dumbo S or the pink elephants will come after you. Dumbo S. Okay, well, no. It's not an S. It's Dumbo D. That's closer. Now we're getting there. Dumbo might be a D. It's hard to give Dumbo a C. I don't feel as nostalgic for Dumbo as I do for Cinderella. It's not got any of that, really. It's got some... S. Ross, you can't be serious. Dumbo sucks. It's fine. It's all right. It's not great, though. It's kind of boring. It's not as boring as Bambi, but it's kind of boring. When was the last time you watched it, though, Ross? You know, it's great. Is it? Dumbo is better than Bambi. True. Yeah, but still, it gave us something. Yeah, give us Dumbo. How important is Dumbo to pop culture? It also gave us the incredibly racist depictions of crows. That was the whole thing, right? Remember that? There are a couple of songs that are like nice enough, but I mean, when you actually watch it back, you watch like the pink elephant scene. That just goes on forever, and it's boring as shit. That's just the kind of thing they used to do with animated. They just did these long sequences, and they're really drawn out. So yeah, I think Dumbo's a D. It's not an S. Them tunes. Dumbo has no plot progression. 2 acts, really. Yeah, my autistic cousin loves it. Okay. I mean, this is just my opinion, really. You guys argue with me, but mostly it just comes down to what I really think. And in older terms, you're doing well to get a C. In these older terms. It's true. Oh, we've got Fantasia 2000 and then Fantasia. Very different scores for those, huh? Every time I'm at theirs, it's excellent. S? It's not. It's not excellent. None of these old ones are all that good. Robin Hood, and that's not that early. That's like the 70s. Getting an A is really the max potential for anything probably before the 90s. It's the 90s where they did a lot of their best ones. That's when they did Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, Lion King, Aladdin. You know? Fantasia D, Fantasia 2000 C. You think Fantasia 2000's better? What? What? You're crazed. I don't think so. I don't think so, right? I don't remember these two, so F. Yeah, I mean, some people don't remember either of them nowadays. I think Fantasia 2000 is more forgettable. I'd put that on like a D, put Fantasia on like a C, probably. For sure. It had Donald Duck added in. Sure, but I mean, Fantasia is where you first had Sorcerer Mickey. And I don't know, watching back Fantasia, not the first time I watched it, but I kind of watched it a couple of years ago and went, I don't like this at all. So then when I watched it back maybe last year, I kind of went, actually, it's actually pretty enjoyable. There's a lot to enjoy about it. Fantasia 2000 is Fantasia plus extra. Just like a movie about animals doing things they shouldn't. Familiar, anyone? A lot of these movies have animals doing things they shouldn't. Lilo and Stitch does. Robin Hood does. Lion King. Most of them do. Aladdin does. Beauty and the Beast. I mean, they're not animals, but candlesticks and shit. I'm gonna... Okay, we'll put them both on C. Okay, we'll put them both on C. We'll fill out C a bit. I think that's fair. I don't think either of them's really as bad as the likes of Dumbo and Alice in Wonderland. Or the 2011 Winnie the Pooh. Snorlax S. Did I not put Snorlax on S in the end? I can't even remember. Stitch is an alien. Yeah, but there's still like dogs in that doing stuff they shouldn't. There's other animals. Stitch is Lilo and Stitch 2 here? No, that wasn't made by Walt Disney Animation Studios. A lot of the sequels and things like that were made by Disney Toon Studios, which is separate. That's different. But you know what sequel was made by Walt Disney Animation Studios? Frozen 2, which is better than Frozen. It is better. It's still not an S tier, but it is better. Frozen 2 is probably an A. It's... Yeah. Frozen, it was simplistic in a lot of ways. Frozen 2 really advances upon a lot of things. And, yeah, Pudge the fish should never have ate peanut butter sandwiches. That is true. That's another... See, animals do things they shouldn't in... I'm willing to bet every Disney movie. Yeah, I think probably every Disney movie. There surely isn't a Disney movie where there's no animals, right? They love them way too much. Well, maybe like Wreck-It Ralph, because they're all video game characters. Yeah. Frozen 1 is an F. It's not, Ross, goddammit. Bangers in Frozen 2. True. I threw up. Really? You're right. That was a fish that controlled the weather. Very true. Looking forward to global warming to wipe their kingdom off the map. All right. Well, I think we found your Black Panther, Ross. You clearly... hit that as much as you hit Frozen. All right. Fair enough. Now we got this one. Fun and Fancy Free. Is that the one you were talking about, Becca? Is that the one with the actual... Because a lot of these old ones that Disney did in the 40s are like bitty. You remember Bambi and Dumbo. You don't remember Fun and Fancy Free or Melody Time or any of these ones. If you watch Frozen 2, there is no snow. True. Pretty much. True. Hey, Pacemaker, how's it going? Don't worry about it. You can see what progress we've made so far. Fun and Fancy Free C. I hate the young ginger sibling. Anna? Is that who you're talking about? Okay. Alright. Saludos Amigos F, Make My Music F. Yeah, we'll kind of get rid of these now, okay? So I think you're right, Becca. If I'm remembering correctly, which is hard because you watch all of these at the same time and you totally forget which one's which. But I'm pretty sure Fun and Fancy Free is the best of these bitty ones. If you actually watch that back, it's got some nice stuff in it. It's still not fantastic, but it's got some nice stuff in it. C's slightly kind, D would be harsh. The other ones, Make My Music, is bad. Saludos Amigos. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. These aren't good. They're not good, no. Three Caballeros D, actually, you're saying. Oh, Saludos Amigos F. Yeah, Three Caballeros D. See, that gets confusing. They're all over the place, these ones, but basically, let's just get rid of those. Go back to the things that general people know about, okay? Let's put that there. That seems fair enough to me. Elsa was fine, like she's entitled to live on her own. Yeah, but they needed her to come back to stop the winter that she started because they couldn't stop it. Anyway, why the heck is Dinosaur and Bolt and F? They're terrible. They're awful garbage films. What are you talking about? Wish the troll magic had failed. I mean, you know, the trolls are definitely the thing about Frozen that's the least good. It's just stupid. Bolt should be higher? Why? Is there actually an argument to be had about Bolt or Dinosaur? Guys, those are fucking awful. They're terrible. You're playing Minecraft? Cool. What are you doing? No, those are garbage, guys. That whole run of Disney. I mean, not the whole run, to be fair. But generally, it's the noughties and the 40s that deserve Fs as decades for them. Because those are all bad films. Those are garbage. Bolt is D or C? What about it is D or C? No, trust your instincts that are bad. Thank you. Bolt is good and I love Dinosaur? What about it? Seriously? Wow. Oh, wait, Melody Time. Where does that one go? I can't remember which Melody Time is. Oh, I don't think it's very good either. It's probably an F, right? Lady and the Tramp C? Yeah. Yes, probably. I don't think it's quite as good as, like, Cinderella. But it'd be harsh to put it on D, probably. How can't you like them? Because I've seen them. I'm really shocked that anyone's putting up a fight about those. They're just so bad. I can't stand any of either of those. They're bad films. Melody Time D? I don't know. I'll probably just leave it on F, that one, actually. Lady and the Tramp is probably about C. I think that, yeah, it's a situation where when you actually watch it back again, is it that exciting? Is it that great? Not really, but it's better than like Dumbo or Alice in Wonderland. They're not good. They're not good. They're just not good. Meet the Robinsons is another one. It's probably not an F. It's in that run. Same run as Bolt, Home on the Range. It's a bit later than Dinosaur, but it's still in that run. Lady and the Tramp A. Irish Girl. Are you being nostalgiarized? That's what I've been fearing is going to happen to some of you guys in chat, getting nostalgiarized. You got to ask yourselves, okay? When is the last time you saw some of these films? That's a very important question in the case of Disney, because we all saw them. We all just loved them to pieces when we were kids. You actually watch back the older ones now, they're not good. Most of them, they're not actually good to watch now. The voice acting isn't that good. The animation is obviously not good. A lot of things about them aren't. Lady and the Tramp is dangerous communist propaganda telling the working class they can advance in life. It goes against the very heart of the class system. What's next? Abolishing the House of Lords? Well, we should, but that's a question for another day. Kung Fu Panda is trash, Adam. True. This is the guy who hates Kung Fu Panda for no reason or purpose. It's bad. That's why. Meet the Robinsons is C. Nostalgia is a good thing. I still love it. Not sorry. No, but see, nostalgia's fine. But when you actually watch the film again, you realize, oh, it was nostalgia was the reason I loved that, not merit in any way. So, Lady and the Tramp, is it a good film to watch back now? Are there actually more than a couple of really nostalgic, great moments that are actually worth watching? No, it's kind of boring a lot of the time. It's just kind of boring a lot of the time. Bolt was 3 weeks ago and I watched Dinosaur yesterday. Okay, then I'm really confused about why you like Dinosaur. The opening, don't get me wrong, the opening of Dinosaur, classic. That's it. The rest of the Dinosaur is shocking. I watch it at least every year. Okay. Then how can you think it's an A? We've got a very high average here for Disney. That's the thing. To get into the higher classes, you actually have to be a good film. You can't just be nostalgic and iconic. Avatar is dirt. Mamma Mia is bile. Adam, what's going on here? What are you talking about? You're just sounding insane right now. Well, no, Avatar's dirt. Well, Mamma Mia, though, come on. Abolish the monarchy? Oh, dear God, Jesus. I'm losing control of chat. Okay, you guys just go ahead and keep going ahead with what's happening there. You're bile, Adam. All right. Moana A, if not S. Avatar is dirt. It's definitely one of my faves. I don't understand, though. Like Lady and the Tramp, you think about it. Couple of good songs. Yeah. Lady as a character, don't like her. Tramp as a character, likable enough. Lovable rogue kind of character. A lot of those in Disney, if you actually think about it. Thomas O'Malley, Flynn Rider. A lot of them. All the other characters. Don't like any of them. None. So, Lady and the Tramp, is it fine? Yes. Is it better than the likes of Cinderella? No. And those are as high as we can put a lot of these older ones, because just no aspect of the film is actually as good as they can do it nowadays. That's just the problem. It's not just the animation itself. We should abolish the House of Commons. What's happening in chat today? Why is her name Lady, like so original? Yeah, it's just the most stuck-up name they could think of, and the most stuck-up character they could think of generally. Lady and the Tramp F? No, that's harsh. But I'm not putting it on A either. Meet the Robinsons, right. Yes, let's, move on. Meet the Robinsons is... Yeah, it's part of that bad run. It's one of the better ones in the bad run. Not to say it's good. To say it's probably as good as Atlantis. F? For Lady and the Tramp or for Meet the Robinsons? The movie Avatar. Yeah, he's talking about the actual movie, not the series. He likes the series. Meet the Robinsons C. It's not as bad as the other ones. It's not, but we kind of put a lot of the other ones in F. Well, no, Meet the Robinsons is better than like Chicken Little or Brother Bear. We'll put it on C. I guess. I feel like we're leaving B out a lot so far. Better than Bolt? True. Everything is better than Bolt the Dinosaur, okay? Well, no, actually, I'd rate a lot of these pretty similarly, I think. I don't think there's one that I could pick out as the absolute worst out of the Fs. F for Lady and Tramp? No, I don't think so. It's not an A. Moana A, if not S, bangers. Moana A or S, okay, people seem to agree on that. I agree on that as well. I think Moana is not the most memorable that they've had in the last few years, but I'm glad that they didn't do a sequel, firstly. And I'm glad that a lot of the things about it do just work. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a genius. He did the music very well. I love Jermaine Clement as the crab. I love, in a weird way, the fact that they didn't really have a villain as such in it. I liked that. Good, but not S? No, I agree. I'm not going to put it on S. But I think Moana is an A. Comfortably an A, okay? Really getting it together now. You can see, right? You can see yourselves that this is forming up. You understand. It's the films, apart from Robin Hood, which is a special kind of exception. It's the films that are the 90s and later that are actually the best films. Nostalgia, I'm sure you guys have your own nostalgia for some of the older ones. But if you actually watch the films today, and I've watched, I think, all of these in the last year or so because of quarantine, They're just not good. They're just not good. Why do you think they've done live action remakes of most of these older ones? You know, Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp. These are the ones they wanted to do the remakes for. And those are better films generally when they do them. Mulan S has to be iconic, yes. Yeah, okay. I'm glad we're defining our line where the S and A is, because I think Mulan just sneaks into the S for me. I think Hercules and Lion King are easy S's. I think things like Beauty and the Beast and Frozen 2 are top A's. So, yeah. I think the Queen should abolish Parliament. Time for Civil War 2. Oh. Okay. Mulan S. Okay, see, there we go. There's what we're mostly agreeing on. Thank you. I didn't think there were any we could really agree on. Mulan is amazing. It's just amazing. That's one that's way better than the live action remake. It's got Mushu. It's got Eddie Murphy as Mushu. That's iconic. It's got the music. It's got the single best Disney song in I'll Make a Man Out of You. That is the best song in any Disney film ever. Not sorry. And it's just so good. It's just such a good story. It's got the action. It's got that epic feeling. The epic tingly feeling that you can get with some animated movies where they just lead up to such a good finale. It's got that. Not a lot of films do. Oh no. Irish Girl sulking now. I'm sorry, Irish Girl, but I mean, Lady and the Tramp, C is kind, honestly. I was going to put it in D. So, small victories, okay? Mushu, yep, great. The songs, the classic feminism, all true. Oliver and Company, B. Oliver and Company, actually, that's one I don't think I have seen last year. It's been a while since I saw that. That might be a kind B. I think it probably more belongs in C. Agreed, it is best song. Excellent villain too. All true. It's just an overall great film. Mulan is... Because I don't think many more are going to go in S, but I think that's top 5 for me. I think all 3 of those are top 5 for me in Disney terms. Lady and the Tramp, F. I've never seen it. Oh, Oliver and Company. Good film. Enjoyable. It's kind of from the in-between period. They weren't quite into the 90s and the real banger films, but they were getting closer to it in animation terms. Musical terms, it is good. You know what? Because we're being cruel and not giving many things Bs, we'll give it the B, okay? Oliver and B, thank you. You're welcome. All right, yeah. No, that seems fine to me. 101 Dalmatians. Classic villain. Very classic villain. Amazing villain. Oliver and Company is a comfortable B, a great retelling of a mediocre Dickens novel. Okay. All right. Same, I have watched Oliver and Company. 101 Dalmatians, B. C. Yeah, I think a B is kind for 101 Dalmatians. Getting in early for Pocahontas, A. You got some unique views on these, Irish Girl. Interesting. A, Ross, for 101 Dalmatians. 101 is probably a B. Cruella is just too good. Cruella's great. Cruella, the song is great. As an actual film, it's fine. I enjoy it well enough. I do. Still watching it today. I can't spell the villain's name, but she's amazing. Oh, okay. 101 Dalmatians A. Okay, you guys, you know what? You guys are real high on it. We'll go B. I don't think I can go A. I don't think it's on the level of any of these. I'm not even sure it's on the level of some of the Bs, honestly, but it's very iconic for a number of reasons. It's not overly musical. The actual story, it's good. It's always good. I'd say Pocahontas is a C. We're not even there. But we'll get to that in a minute. Keep throwing your opinions in. Peter Pan is another one that I imagine nostalgically people are going to find it hard to resist putting in B. And it is good. It is good in a number of ways. Peter Pan B. Yeah, there it is. Peter Pan is very good, okay? There's some racist depictions. There's some good songs. There's some fun characters. There's some annoying characters. Peter Pan is so iconic, although maybe drops C due to glaring racism. That's an issue. That's an issue. That's a clear reason we didn't give Dumbo the C. Is real glaring in there, yeah. I'd say Peter Pan is A. Pocahontas' music, totally incredible, and animals make it great. You're still putting in the case for it to be an A? Okay. So iconic and Tinkerbell, yes. But Tinkerbell's a shitty character. Tinkerbell's so iconic, but in Peter Pan, in the original film, she is a shitty character. She's this jealous, tiny, evil person who sells them out. That's her main role in the film, is selling them out to Captain Hook. She sucks ass. I don't think I can give Peter Pan an A, but you guys seem high on it again, so I guess I'll give it a B. I do think it's better than the level of Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella in terms of these older ones, okay? Pocahontas A, I can't stress how good it is. It's accurate to John Smith's retelling, even though he's a liar. The songs at the end are iconic, very catchy. I like how they manage colonialism. Oh, great. That's what makes her Pog? That she sells them all out? Okay. Well, alright. Pocahontas B. Pocahontas also has good animations for the time. That's true. Let's worry about Pinocchio first. Pinocchio, I think, is another one. It's the one. When I watch back the oldest of the old Disney films, when I watch back Dumbo, Bambi, Snow White, and a lot of the other shitty 40 ones, Pinocchio is the one that I think is the best. For me, watching it back today. I think it's got delightful songs. I think it's a delightful story. I think it keeps me interested throughout. None of the others really do. I think Pinocchio is probably a B. You're still all just talking about Pocahontas. Love Pocahontas, music, agree, but never an A. Okay, Pocahontas is better than Avatar. Okay? In terms of films about colonialism, is that another tier list you guys want? Pinocchio C? I think that's harsh, because I think Pinocchio's better than Cinderella. I think it's better than Lady and the Tramp. I'd say I like Pinocchio about as much as 101 Dalmatians. Just. So I think it's a low B, but I think it maybe just about makes it for me. Pocahontas now. I guess you guys maybe want to talk about that. Giving Pocahontas a B as being really kind. Pocahontas is C. Okay, look, guys. Pocahontas. The music is incredible, okay? It's not as well remembered as some Disney films, but the music is incredible. The animation is good for the time. There are a lot of delightful characters. It basic. I said it. Pocahontas, it basic. It just basic. See. I also love the whole film. Okay. It's just basic. It's a basic ass story. The whole story is fucking basic. It's just basic, okay? And you know where we put basic films? B for basic. Done. Alright? It is kind. It is slightly kind in some directions. In other ways, I think Colors of the Wind, just around the river bend, those are unbelievably good songs. Okay? It is so basic. The story is so basic. She immediately falls for the guy. She doesn't want to marry this other guy. Her father's all controlling. In so many ways, that story feels so basic. It didn't when the film was first released, but I mean, it didn't, it wasn't overly well beloved at the time in comparison to some of these others either. Please, A. Far too kind. See, you know, you're all over the place with this one. SNL has a skit of no one wanting to talk to John Smith at Disneyland because they have no clue who he is. That's funny. They colonized Virginia, they do. You expect Disney to be an accurate retelling? No. No, I wasn't doing it for inaccuracy. I was just saying it's a basic story. I don't think it's... I mean, yes. I mean, all Disney films that are in any way telling historical stories are fucking unbelievably inaccurate, okay? All of them. B for real is so kind. I think it's kind. I don't think it's really kind. I think I like it as much as a lot of these other ones that we've got on B, okay? I'll leave it there because you are screaming C and A at me in equal measures. Let's talk about why The Princess and the Frog is shit. Let's move on to something more divisive. Oh, that was an answer to Becca. Okay, sorry. I'm getting really mixed up because people are spamming C and A in chat in equal measures. Becca just donated money. Is that to keep it on B or to put it on C or what? What's happening? Thank you. That's to keep it at B. Okay, right. Thank you for the donation, Becca. All right. Now let's talk about why The Princess and the Frog is shit, okay? Princess and the Frog, they felt like they had to do a black princess. They felt like they had to. Am I glad they did? Obviously. Do I think it's a good film? No. Princess and the Frog ain't crap. B. Princess and the Frog C. A C. I could go C. I could go C. I just think it's so boring. I think it takes them about the whole first act to get turned into frogs, both of them, all right? And then there's the third act where they come back and they like each other now, kind of, and they do the whole ending bit, which is fine. What is the second act? It goes on forever. They're just in a swamp traveling around. It feels like such a basic journeyman story of them beginning to like each other. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the donation, Ross. Get her on A. Okay. I thought we moved on. I was really trying to be divisive about Princess and the Frog to move on, but you guys just won't do it, will you? Look, it just really doesn't go on A for me with all these films, Pocahontas. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. Thank you for the donation. Fuckers. Right, just okay, right. Princess and the Frog, yeah, we'll put it on C, okay? I spent £2 for the message A. Right, yeah, whatever. I really don't agree with it. I really can't stress enough that I think Pocahontas, it was kind putting it on B. The songs are good, you know, but the whole story, it doesn't really keep me interested, honestly. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Becca donated more money. Guys, I've made more money through donations from controversial tier list placings than anything else ever in streams. It's insane. Please don't go any higher, guys. We'll just leave it on B. Half of you think A, half of you think C. I'm okay leaving it on B. Just calm down now, okay? Music, scenery, critters, what, for Pocahontas? Okay, so it's got nice animation. It's got nice music. Some of the animal sidekicks are fun. What about the main story? What about the main actual plot and characters? They're all severely average. Jesus Christ! Thank you, Microsoft! Just so you guys know, okay? No, wait. Now, Ross and Becca have membership. Microsoft, just so you know, getting a channel membership gets you more than a donation will. And it's probably it's cheaper to get a tier 1 channel membership than it is to donate $5. But thank you very much. Okay, guys, I think that's solid. You know, betting is closed. We're leaving Pocahontas on B. All right. Thank you for all the donations, guys. These are so kind. Mike for president. You guys are mental cases. All right. Why is Wreck-It Ralph 2 here? Oh, Ralph breaks the internet. R. Let's move on. Anyone want to talk about that? People move on, for God's sake. I appreciate it. Ralph breaks the internet is fine. It was good. Why? I said we're done. Let's move on, and then you donated $10. Microsoft, you're insane. You're rabid. You're cracked. What are you doing? Oh, that's true. See, there are lots of perks for being a member. You may as well just sign up for a membership. It's so much cheaper. You can get months of membership for the amount you're spending here. Thank you so much, man. That's incredible. But you know, we're leaving Pocahontas on B. That's what all he wants. That's fine. Okay, fine, B. I can't outspend you. I don't think anyone will. Right. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Yeah. Ralph breaks the internet. Funny in some ways. A decent enough sequel. It is a sequel, though, as in it feels like it's worse. I'm trying to move on, but that was incredible, Mike. That was quite the showing. Nobody's ever done anything like that to keep something on a place that was just going to stay on anyway. But okay. Wreck-It Ralph 2B, Wreck-It Ralph 1A. That sounds about accurate. I'd be happy to put both of those on that just now. Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph the first one is a high A. It's got the epic feeling, okay? I'm trying to move on from this. This is, whew, the donations are heating up here. Wreck-It Ralph 1 has got that feeling I was talking about with Mulan. The finale, it builds to such a freaking good finale. It really does. It's such a good finale, which really catches you. It gets me every time. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Same if my mum let me. Yeah. All right, so yeah, no, I think that's about right. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is also very good, but it is noticeably lesser than the first one. So I think it belongs a tier below. And B seems about fair. Mike is our hero. Mike is incredible. That's just stunning, really. Wow, Jesus Christ. Okay, Sleeping Beauty. What do people think about Sleeping Beauty then? Recovering from the bidding war. It's taken me a minute. Wow, Jesus Christ. That was crazy. That's more than I've ever made it in one stream. Thank you so much, guys. Wow. Sleeping Beauty C, it's iconic C. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll sell it on that. It doesn't have music to the degree that a lot of the other princess ones have. It's got some that are nice enough. But it's got the fairies who are iconic, and they're kind of really the main characters. Aurora, she speaks like less than any other leading character in a Disney film. Yeah, no, I think C's fair enough. I fight for what is right. Mike, you're astounding. If you want anything else, you let me know here. You know, you've paid enough to get basically anything moved just anywhere. I'll easily raise it to a smooth 1K. You what? Why? Pocahontas is not moving, okay? I promise. Somebody has got to literally donate hundreds of dollars at this point to get Pocahontas moved, so you're safe enough. Snow White B, just for being a true leader of the entire industry and genre. Interesting. You know, Snow White as a film, you watch it back now, it's kind of... Yeah, I think it's on the level of like Pinocchio. I could watch it back now and I'm not bored by any of it. Great characters, enjoyable all the way throughout. It really is. It's like Pinocchio. I enjoy it all the way through. In fact, it's probably above Pinocchio for sheer... It does have... It's got crazy amount of nostalgia. It just does. And it was the very first one. And I think they got the formula so right with that one. In so many ways. True, they're trying to absolutely hammer it in the media right now for the non-consensual kiss at the end, but get fucked shitters. We'll put it on B. I don't think I could really put it on A. The only old film that I've actually put on A is Robin Hood, and that's 40 years of animated technology ahead of Snow White, which does help it out. Dwarves hilarious, villain scary. All true. But the actual story is kind of a bit all over the place. I love it. I enjoy the film all the way through. It's got a B. An A. No. Tangled, A for sure, if not S. Oh, there's no question. Sorry. Sorry, guys. No question in my mind about that one. I basically, in my head, vie constantly back and forth for whether I prefer Hercules or Tangled. Those are my top two in Disney terms. Tangled is the perfect Disney princess film. It's got better music than any other Disney princess film. Yeah, I'll say that. Tangled B. You've gone rabbit, Irish girl. You've gone crazy. It's got the music, which is just astounding all the way along. When will my life begin? Mother knows best. I've got a dream. I see the light. It's got all of that. It's got Flynn Rider, who is the sexiest Disney character outside of maybe Megara. It's got the horse, and it's got the chameleon, who are just such delightful animated animal sidekicks. They're just so good. They're never annoying. It's got Rapunzel as such a good leading character. It's got a great fucking villain. And it's got this kind of terrifying story. the whole first act, it's terrifying. And it is the same first act as The Hunchback of Notre Dame in many ways, which is also very scary. It's just so good. Oh man, Tarzan is so good. A or S, gotta be. I love that one. Right. So now that we're all agreed on Tangled apart from Irish Girl, Tarzan, yeah. Tarzan has got... There's great Disney musicals, and then there's great Disney soundtracks. And Tarzan's got the best Disney soundtrack. I'm not saying it's the best music in a Disney film, but it's got the best Disney soundtrack. You can't do Tarzan A for soundtrack and not Pocahontas. Don't worry, that wasn't the reason. That wasn't the reason that Tarzan's going to A. There are so many more reasons that Tarzan's going to A. And Pocahontas isn't. It's better. In all of the ways. It just... the characters are more fun, more enjoyable than Pocahontas. The music is... I'd edge it out. I'd say it is just about better than Pocahontas. And, yeah... I don't know what else you want. All of the things about it, kind of. Story, maybe, but not soundtrack. Yeah, it's pretty much on story. Let it goes a tier higher. I think the soundtracks are... I'd probably edge out Tarzan. I'd probably prefer it to Pocahontas' soundtrack as well, just about. But it is closer. We're not doing Tarzan A just for soundtrack. It's just an overall better movie. Yeah, I kind of think so. Yeah. The Aristocats. Who likes the Aristocats? I do. I like the Aristocats. Tarzan has a poacher being hanged. That's true. Everyone loves it. It's a good villain hanging at the end, right? Classic. Good fall from the death. There's a few Disney ones with good ones like that. Hunchback is another one, for sure. Where is Hunchback? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Aristocats B. Now, Aristocats, we've got to remember, we've got to slightly penalise Aristocats these days for all of the racism. That's true. Thomas O'Malley is a fantastic character. Duchess is a slightly annoying character, but not as annoying, I'd say, as, like, Lady. Ah, that's a good point. We give Lady and the Tramp C. I definitely think Aristocats does go a tier higher than that. Maybe Aristocats is a B, then. Aristocats S. Wow. No, I mean, we've got to penalise Aristocats based on racism. Based on... the kittens all being kind of shitters. They're all kind of annoying as shit, even though we enjoy them enough. It is better than Lady and the Tramp. I just think that's... I know Irish Girl's going... I'm just... right now. Blood, cloud, vomit, head, rage thing. But I do think it's showing the upper class at its finest. Well, yeah, that is a thing about it that's kind of... It is just... It's the Pride and Prejudice of Disney films, isn't it? Just the upper class doing upper class things, being sad that they can't be upper class anymore, and then getting back to being upper class and being happy. That's it. But, Irish Girl sulking again. That's fair. We've definitely gone off your views quite a lot today. But, yeah. So, The Black Cauldron. Who actually remembers it? I mean, I do. Yeah. Oh, I've always been interested, and I've never done it, but I've always wanted to read the books for The Black Cauldron, because it seems like there's some really interesting stuff there in this whole Welsh mythology kind of thing they've got going on. Quite interesting. As a film, it's incredibly forgettable. I think Black Cauldron is one of those ones that around that time Disney were real struggling, and it almost like bankrupted them or something because it didn't do so good. It's fine. I think you should put a disclaimer in front of them and say, oh, by the way, there's all this shit. But I still think you should show them. I don't think you should erase history. I think that's a dangerous precedent. Black Cauldron gave me nightmares. Yeah. Black Cauldron has the scariest villain. Very true. C for cult classic. B or A. Wow, you guys like it more than I thought. Yous would. I'm willing to go C. I don't think anything about the Black Cauldron is particularly great. I fucking hate Gurgi, that little bastard. But it does have an amazing villain. It's got an enjoyable story throughout. It's got the big booby witch for some ungodly reason. That's a whole thing as well. But, yeah, I think a C is fair enough. Let's not... Just... Yeah. What happened? I got up there. That's crazy. That's crazy, isn't it? Yep. Look, I'm not going to defend Disney's run in the noughties. They had some bad movies. Home on the Range, Bolt, Dinosaur, all noughties films. Chicken Little, Brother Bear, all noughties films. Bad. Very bad. The Emperor's New Groove is a fucking incredible film. It's got one of the best Disney princesses, Kuzco. What the fuck? I should tier list more than once a week because I could make a living wage off of you guys just demanding crazy shit like this. Wow. Irish Girl. Thank you so much for the £5 donation. That's crazy. Jungle Book S. Right. Yep. Okay. We'll come back to that in a moment to talk about that. Emperor's New Groove is not a B, Ross. Emperor's New Groove has got one of the best Disney princesses, Kuzco. It's got one, just an amazing soundtrack throughout, despite not really being musical. It's got, I'm shook up, guys. You're donating insane amounts of money today. Thank you so much, all of you. I sulk to good effect. Well, there you go. There you go. You got a win there. Big win. Wow, Jesus Christ. We got a 5. Anybody going for 6? Going once? No, guys, please, you don't have to keep donating to get heard here. Jesus. Emperor's New Groove, it's just incredible. It's got so many incredible characters. Kronk is one of the best Disney characters, full stop. Yzma is one of the best Disney villains, full stop. Yeah, best villainous duo ever. And you just love every character. Every character's so lovable. Patch's whole family, the random people you just see like once or twice, so many of the random cutaways, the editing style. I think it's the only role where I've really loved David Spade ever. Everything about the Emperor's New Groove is incredible. So yeah, no, I'm kind of slightly surprised at myself for going S, but I do think it's a very clear 5th for me. I think these are my top 4 Disney films, and I think that's a very clear 5th above any of these. The Jungle Book is on S because money. Because I'm a sellout. No. Let's talk about the Jungle Book for a moment. Now, the Jungle Book is... Can we get to £30 by the end of the stream? What, as an overall donation? I think you guys are close, if not there already. You guys are mental. Jungle Book is really, really good. Really, really good. In terms of these old Disney movies, I would... You know what? I probably would have put Jungle Book on A. In the end, I think it's distinctly better than that in terms of older ones for me. I think it's on the level of Robin Hood for me, so I would have put it on an A. But yeah, £5 donation will get it moved up one more. How much left till 30? No idea. I have no idea what the total is at right now. Jungle Book so good. Great chapters and music and story and nostalgia. This is all true. Yeah, I would put Jungle Book on an A, I think. Without money, I'd put Jungle Book on an A. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Right. Moving on. The Fox and the Hound. You guys said something about that there? Fox and the Hound C, strong C. Fox and the Hound. Yeah. I like Fox and the Hound. It's an underrated one. It's another one that was made in the 80s and kind of slipped by slightly. Or 70s? I can't remember. But it's got some delightful songs, some really poignant moments and stories, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think a C. There we go. That's fine. Okay. B. I think a B is kind, given some of the things we've put on a B. It's a high C though, so it is kind of. Oh, a lot of you guys do think B. Wow. Okay. I keep thinking ones are underrated, and then it turns out you all actually rate it quite highly. You know what? Okay, it's a strong C. We'll give it a B. It's a slightly kind B, like Pocahontas, but okay. Pocahontas is definitely staying on B though. Jesus Christ, that whole debacle. Yeah, no, you guys really do think B. Great Mouse Detective A, but I'll understand if you put it at B. Great Mouse Detective is another one that's often underrated. A lot of the ones from the 80s, 70s, 80s, those are the ones that get underrated in my head. Secret Life of Pets F. What are you talking about? Not a Disney film. It is so underrated. Yeah. No, I think a lot of the 70s and 80s ones are. Great Mouse Detective. I don't think I can put it on an A for me personally. I think a B is okay, though. It's a delightful version of Sherlock Holmes story. In fact, it's basically B movie level. What, Secret Life of Pets? Oh, guys, it was requested by the members. The members get to vote on things like the next Fancast video, and the members chose B movie. So that's coming out tomorrow, and it's going to be a little bit different to my other Fancast. You'll see. Why do you keep talking about Secret Life of Pets? It's not... It's not here. It's not a Disney movie. The Great Mouse Detective is good, though. I'll happily put it on a B, I think. It's another one that it feels like a slightly kind B in a way, but it is on the level of like the Aristocats or Fox and Lion for me. So if we're putting those on B, I'll put that on B as well. First time I've ever agreed with Ross, though, Secret Life of Pets is F. I don't even remember it that well, honestly. I know I never saw the second one. I think I did see the first one at the time. I didn't think it was like F territory. Probably like a D from what we're talking here, but it doesn't matter. It's not here. Is Simpsons on course for the Finish It stream? Dude, I'm really hyped for that. If that is what's winning still, it was winning when I started this stream. Simpsons Hit and Run is winning the Finish It poll right now, guys, to be the Finish It this Friday. And if we get it, I'm going to start at like noon. I'm going to sit there all day. I'm going to do the full 100% run because that's one of my favorite games ever. And I just like hooked up to the old PS2 today and found out that I can actually stream it. Seems quite easily through the capture card that I've got. So I'm super freaking hyped for that. Sorry, aside. But that's if that does win, and it looks like it is doing, that's going to be so fucking hype. Oh, that's going to be incredible. So yeah, in case that is what wins, warning, early start time for Finish It stream on Friday. Probably talking like noon to actually get it done before like midnight. It's going to be a long one. Do a House of Lords move and play it even if it loses the vote. Well, wait, Ross, did you vote for it? Because the Tier 2 members, in case you don't know, guys, on the member polls, Tier 2 members' votes kind of count for more. Not as in they count for like 2 full votes, but as in if there's a tie, then it's whatever the Tier 2 members vote for wins. So I think Becca voted for that as well. So you both voted for that. That helps it out. Hunchback of Notre Dame, A? Yes. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I just watched this again just a couple of days ago. And I was underrating Hunchback of Notre Dame, honestly. It's another one from what, the 80s, right? God, all of the 70s and 80s Disney movies. Those are the ones that... I'll be a bit late because my school ends 12:40 on Friday. Oh no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But I will get going early with it. In fact, you know what? Because I'll be starting so early, I'll just spend the first hour just earning money. Because that is one of the things that makes 100% completion on that game really hard, is you always run out of money so badly. Hunchback of Notre Dame, I was underrating that one. And then I watched it again just like 3 days ago. And holy shit, every song is a banger. The villain is incredible. All the characters are delightful. Little bits are so funny. Everything about the Hunchback of Notre Dame is so fucking good. Microsoft, thank you so much. Jesus Christ, the amount of money you've spent here today. Oh, wait. Mega Culture Shocker as well. Wait, what level is that? Wait, which level is that? Is that second or third level? Did you buy... No way. What? 1 second, guys. Wait, I can't even check on this. If that's a third tier membership, then Microsoft, you're my new hero. Holy... Oh, it's a second tier? Right, okay. That's okay. Jesus Christ. No, Uber Culture Shocker is the third, right. Because that is... I can offer nothing that actually makes a third tier membership worth it on this channel. There's nothing I can do that actually feels like it's worth the amount that costs. But second tier, thank you so much. That's huge. Thank you so much, Microsoft. You've spent so much money here today. Is there anything else I could do for you? Anything else you want moved up to S tier here? Because... Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, man. That's incredible. What were we talking about? Now that I know that I could be your hero. Oh, God. No, don't. Seriously, there is nothing worth third tier membership. That was just the lowest price you could choose when you were making memberships for a third tier one. They're like $18 a month or something crazy like that. Don't do it. Jesus Christ. Little Mermaid. It's fine. Little Mermaid is one that, despite having a series of great songs, is... Guys, stop spamming him. Don't put that kind of pressure on anyone to spend that kind of money. Yeah, B. Look, Little Mermaid is one that the story isn't actually that great. The characters, most of them aren't actually that great. The music lifts it up so much, you know? It probably is a B overall. It does not teach good lessons about what you should give up just for a man. But, you know, generally, it is a good time. It is a really good time. No, guys, honestly, instead of just buying memberships, just make sure you subscribe. Just make sure. No, don't give in to peer pressure. No. But honestly, the best thing you could do is just share the videos, watch the ads on the video. You know, you don't have to buy crazy membership months, given huge donations. You just don't have to, okay? But thank you so much for the membership. You're incredible, Microsoft. You're unbelievable today. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is probably also a B. You know? Winnie the Pooh B? I think so. It's literally the number one for nostalgia in a lot of ways. Everyone share this stream on social media. That's as good as giving money. It really is. It really is, guys. Yeah, okay. No, I think Winnie the Pooh at a B is... You think A, Ross? I'd almost be tempted. I do think it's almost on the level of like Robin Hood for me. Or like Jungle Book, which would be on an A if it wasn't for more donations. I won't be here next week, probably. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. No, fuck it. We've got a lot on B now. We've put so many on B. I think it is an A for me. It's so delightful. It's just so happy and delightful. Silage campaign begins again? What? Okay. Yeah, no, I think it is so delightful. It's so good. Oh, we've got the Rescuers films now. Rescuers C, Rescuers Down Under C. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think either of them is... If anyone wants some unpaid labour, give me a call. Okay. They're so average. They are average in a lot of ways. Both of them. It's a rare case of me feeling almost exactly the same about the first and second. I can't really separate them by a full tier. And it would be harsh to put both of them on a D. And I think kind for a B. I think we'll put them both on C. I think that's fair enough, guys. Do that. B for Down Under? Oh, what, do you think that's better? I just don't think I can separate them by a full tier here. Ah, thank you so much, Microsoft. You've been non-stop binge-watching my content since... Irish Girls! Guys, I'm overwhelmed. I'm literally overwhelmed. You've been binge-watching my content since you discovered the channel. Wow. That means as much to me as the donations, honestly, Microsoft, just saying that. That's so incredible of you to say. Because, yeah, I never imagined people actually like wanted to sit down and binge watch me. So that's astounding. Thank you so much. And Irish Girl, upgrading your membership. Wow. I'm blown away. Guys, honestly, my dream is just to be able to stop looking for work. I actually am in the middle of making a vlog. I'm kind of coming back to doing vlogs, and first one back is going to come out next week. And spoiler for you guys, since you've been so unbelievable today, it's where I'm doing a vlog where I apply for 300 jobs in a week. I've been applying for jobs for like a year. I can't get one. I don't know why, but I can't. So being able to being able to earn at least some money off of this is huge. While the channel's still growing and stuff, because it'd be a dream to just be able to do this full time and actually earn enough money to do it full time, as opposed to kind of having to look for work on the side. But thank you so much. Can you make Pacemaker an honorary member? God, I really wish that they could add that feature to YouTube. Twitch has like gifting subscriptions to members, to people, which is basically subscriptions on Twitch is like members on YouTube. So I really wish that they do that. That's something they should add for streamers on YouTube, to be able to, for people to gift subs to other people. Because the amount you guys have donated today, you could have gifted a few people memberships, which would have been really cool. But yeah, you can't, which kind of sucks. You're still sulking over Pocahontas, Irish Girl? That's okay. Yeah, it's it's kind of been bogged down in B now. Microsoft made sure of it. Don't do it, Irish Girl. I won't go down without a fight. Yeah, sorry, Irish Girl. It's kind of been stuck there. Bidding war is over. It's over, guys. Like, Sword in the Stone B. Sword in the Stone B is kind. It is nice. It is a nice version of the Teal. It doesn't really have like anything all that exciting to it as a story. It just ends when he gets the sword and becomes king. You know? You must have gotten £30 plus. I really have, guys. It's incredible. I normally, through ad revenue and stuff on the channel, and the normal memberships, earn about £30 a month. This stream is the fucking craziest I've ever done in terms of that kind of thing. So thank you guys so much for that. But really, just find like a few thousand other people to subscribe to the channel, and then we'll be rolling in it just in ad revenue without you having to do that extra. Sword in the Stone B, I Will Die on This Hill. Wow. D. No, I think D's harsh. I'd kind of go C, but I guess when you look at what we've got on B for some of these older ones, Fox and Hound, Great Mouse Detective, I guess Sword in the Stone could go B. It ain't Merlin the TV show. I love Merlin the TV show. Classic. You know what, Becca? Okay. You've been donating today as well, and you've got a high membership. You know what? We'll give you that one. You'll die on that hill. Fair enough. Oh, gosh. We've got a couple of good ones left here. Ooh. I'm down for spreading the word. We got you. Thank you so much, man. You're too kind. You're incredible. Your support is redunculous, and I don't use that word lightly because it's not a real word. I'll share on FB for my 3 followers. Thank you so much, Ross. Yeah, whatever you guys could do in terms of just sharing the channel is like as big as donating. It honestly is. I could live with C. B is too kind. B is kind for the Sword in the Stone, I think. But I think C is slightly harsh. Yeah. Treasure Planet B. Honestly, guys, I kind of want to put Treasure Planet on A. I really love Treasure Planet. I think it's underrated. It's got such a... There's so much heartfelt incredibleness to it. It's scarring. Yeah, but in an incredible way. It's so heartfelt. Silver is like one of the best Disney characters because he is the villain, but at the same time, you know what I mean? The songs that are in it, the soundtrack is so good. I think Jim is great. I think the animation is so beautiful. The world building is so good. Honestly, I kind of want to give it a B or an A because it is just, it's so good. I might put it on A. I think it's a slightly kind A, but I think it'd be harsh to only put it on B because I really do love it. I think that, Lilo and Stitch, and Emperor's New Groove are the 3 that are actually really sick from their run in the noughties. Zootropolis B, you think? Oh, I think that's harsh. I think Zootropolis is really beloved because it's so good at racism. It's so good at dealing with that as an issue, you know? It's so good at it. In an incredible way. S or A? Yeah, I'm debating it in my head. I really think it deals with that in such a delightful way without being an overly serious film. It's comedic. It's mostly a comedic film, despite all of that. And it's got a delightful song sung by Shakira. Come on. It's got so many funny little bits it has. So many punny, funny things. I don't think it's better than Frozen or Mouse Detective. Really, I do. I kind of do. Yeah, you know, okay, we'll put it on A. I don't think it's worth an S, really. I didn't think Jungle Book was worth an S either, but fair enough, Irish Girl. You paid for that. Yeah, I think for me personally, those are my top 5 Disney films, and Irish Girl has made this my honorary 6th. Zootopia is a solid A. I don't think it's up there with the likes of Mulan, but it's still great. That seems fair to me. I do think it's better than any of the Bs we've got there. A great list. Thank you. Yeah, I think we did pretty well, guys. I think in spite of saying that we wanted to even it out so that we mostly did. You know, we mostly did put everything evenly spaced across the list. We have a fair number of Fs. In spite of the fact that if you looked at the DreamWorks Fs, I think most of the Disney Fs are better than the DreamWorks Fs. You know, I would never put any of those in the same league as B-movie or Ants, okay? But in terms of Disney films, you've got to put something on F, it's those ones. So if you think I was harsh on Bolt or Dinosaur or Brother Bear, it's because in terms of Disney films, which are quite highly generally. Because I mean, like, Tangled and Hercules are two of my 3 or 4 favorite animated films, full stop, for me personally. And then Mulan, Lion King, Emperor's New Groove are all closely followed. But even, I would say, when I'm like doing 1 minute reviews, I would say that pretty much anything that's in A, and even, no, pretty much anything that's in A would also get 80 out of 100 for me in 1 minute review terms. You know? That's how high Disney terms are, Disney films are for me in general. I think Disney's so good. And I think I'm not overly divisive in most terms here. We haven't gone S where some people think that should be an F or anything like that. Let's get this channel to 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Let's! And that sounds good to me, honestly. That'll be amazing, guys. But thank you for the insane support today. I woke up today, I was feeling good. Now I'm feeling overwhelmed. I can't even put into terms in how grateful I am for you guys. You are incredible. All the support on the channel has been amazing. Yeah, let's see if that. And yeah, I think we've done pretty well here. That seems pretty good to me. I'm glad most people seem to agree with the really best ones, generally. And yeah, whatever you guys want to see next on the channel, there's members, there's upgraded members there now. You can check out the community page. There's about 4 or 5 polls a week generally on what you want to see on streams, what you want to see for fancast videos, etc. So let me know there what other stuff you want to see. You can vote in all those polls, and you can just just let me know what else you want to see, because you have paid a lot today to see these things move around. So if there's other ones that you feel as passionately about, let me know, and I will put those tier lists on the next poll for the members to vote on. I will pressure YouTube as much as my very limited amount of good for stream but bad for Pocahontas and LATT. Which one? Oh, Lady and the Tramp. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Irish girl. But I mean, yeah, Pocahontas got very, very stuck in B. I cannot move that now. It's been solidified in place. Just dipped in concrete. Can't move. Lady and the Tramp, nah, I just don't think it really deserves to move up from there. But thank you guys so much. I hope you did enjoy. And I hope you enjoy your, some cases, binge watching of content on the channel, which is still mind-blowing to me as an idea. And yeah, I will... I'm done. As soon as Chrome sees fit to... Wow, look at all the freaking members and donations. You guys are... You're stonkingly ridiculous. You're seeing, you're cracked. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later, okay? Thank you guys again.